within the dark realms of Undercity, Hawk Gaming presents WoW Talk Live with your host, Renegade Hawk. Deep within the dark realms of Undercity, Hawk Gaming presents WoW Talk Live with your host, Renegade Hawk.
Hey everybody, it's time for another WoW Talk Live, and just wanted to go ahead and get started by saying thank you all for the well wishes for my father-in-law. He is back home and recovering slowly but surely. It's going to be a long bumpy road for the recovery, but other than that, he is doing very well. I do appreciate everybody's well wishes. Now, if you're joining us or watching this through playback, definitely stick around till the end of the video, or end of the live stream rather, where I will be sharing a few special tips coming up for the release of patch 8.0, the pre-patch, and what you need to do to be ready. I'll go ahead and give it a few extra moments, waiting on a few people to get in. I know sometimes it does take a few. I don't know about you guys, but this week has been crazy. I hope yours has been better than mine in that aspect. Take a look here and see how many are in the actual chat with us today so far. Make sure my sound is working. Okay, all the sound does seem to be working correctly. Earlier in the week I was having, well, prior to leaving for the incident with my father-in-law, we was having some issues with sound on our live stream, and hopefully that was a one-time thing. Again, we'll give it just a few moments. Anyone who does pop into the live chat, be sure to say hello. Tell us where you're from, what server you play, and Horde or Alliance. Now, the topics that I do plan on going over in this live stream will be the professions, a few different changes that I'm getting ready to make to the channel in regards to professions, and just a few general profession tips, as well as just discussing what you can do even at this late point in the game, because as of right now it does appear that Tuesday will be the pre-patch 8.0. So even at this late point in the game, so to speak, there are some things you can do to get ready for the pre-patch. Just trying to go ahead and knock out the final few thousand points in order to max this character all the way out to 110. And then go ahead and get started on my next one. Now, for those of you who are leveling characters, if you're not aware, you definitely need to go to a website. And if one moment, and I'll pull that website up. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but if not, I can still give you the web addy. Hopefully it'll come up. This is a Legion invasion timer. Right now we have 6 hours, 54 minutes, and 32 seconds until the next invasion timer. Now, don't tell us where it's going to be or whatever, but I will go ahead and post that description or that web link in the description below. So, or in the comments section below. So definitely be sure to check that out. And if you're, like I said, if you're leveling and you've not been using the invasions, you're missing out in a big way, because the invasions will definitely help you level quicker. For example, if you've got rested XP like I do on this character, I try to keep all of my characters that I'm going to be leveling with a rested experience. I just got 75,000 experience for doing one bonus objective. I still have 200% of normal experience, and I'm less than 130,000 experience away from hitting 110. Now, tonight, hopefully, I will have several of my characters gaining some pretty serious levels, because I do plan to utilize the invasion that will be starting at around 1 a.m. Eastern Standard. So I would highly suggest doing that if you do still have a few characters that you're wanting to max out with the level. Also, definitely be sure to get your professions maxed out, because it's going to save you a little bit of time, and I'll tell you all about that a little bit later on in the stream. So let's see what the quest here is. Looks like we have a dying blood elf, or I think that's a blood elf, or is it human? Nope, looks like human. Okay, speak to Mayor Harthar, Hartfell at Breedenbrook, 2,500. Better than nothing, so I'll go ahead and take care of that now. And what time I'm up in the air and safe, let me pop on over and see how many we have in chat so far. Okay, it does appear that some people are popping in already, and welcome. If this is your first time here, be sure to be aware of it. This is a weekly broadcast that will be going on every Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, or at least as close to that time frame as I can possibly make it. Now, if you notice me looking to the side every now and then, that's because the only way I could figure out how to see the live chat while playing the game without minimizing the game or doing some crazy stuff with the game was to plug up another monitor and put the chat on the second monitor. So that's what I ended up doing. Okay, check on the house, Granny Marl's farm, and Radcliffe Fishing Dock. And that's going to get me 50,000 experience. So, now, let me know, who do we have in live chat right now? Go ahead and speak up, say hello, let us know who you are, where you're from. And if you have any questions, by all means, feel free to ask. I may not know all the answers to every question that anyone would have in the game, but if I don't know, we'll find out and we'll do it together. So just let me know what's going on, what you're interested in finding out. Okay, now this is definitely going to be the final area I go to before hitting max level, because the great part is a 50,000 experience quest has now given me 2 more that's going to also give me 50,000. So it will be the final part of my leveling. Just thankfully that's going to be over with soon. Okay, let's see here. Mark a few of these birds up. Let old Granny shoot them down. Now, this week, and normally I have a script of, or at least a bullet points wrote down of what I want to talk about, what I want to go on, you know, what, that way we don't lose track and find out. But after the stream was over, I did not mention something that was important. But unfortunately, due to the week that I have had running from one hospital room to another, it's been crazy, and I've just not, frankly, had the time to do that. So I do apologize. This week will be totally off book. Kill 12 enemies. Okay. So let me know in the comments, or in the live chat rather, what you've been having going on this week. Has everything been good? Any new epics? Any new legendaries? Even though the sad part is, even if you get your most favorite legendary right now, it would almost be a waste, because you only gonna get to keep it for a few more weeks, a few more days on the artifacts in their history. So, well, I should say their powers are history, because you're still going to be able to keep the artifact. You're just not going to be able to go out and get more power, you know, artifact power for it, and power it up anymore. So give it a few more seconds. And I'll check. I would like to at least have 5 or 6 people in before I get into the meat of the, well, I do have 5 now. And please do be sure to say hello, and let us know who we got in live chat. Now, this week, one of the things I did want to go over was the changes that I'm going to be making to the professions and a few of my videos. Okay, Otto. Okay, thank you, Otto. And Archie, do you know someone called Gipster? No, I don't. Is that a YouTuber or someone in game? Be sure to let me know. But right off the bat, no, that name does not ring a bell. Now, as I was going to say, I've had a few of you who was checking out the profession guides. The profession guides that I have up now are guides that I put up back almost a year ago, back when Legion was fresh and the channel was new. So obviously my video technique back a couple weeks after I started the channel was definitely lower than it is now. The quality of the videos and my knowledge of what I can and cannot do with the videos and so on. W.O.W is okay. Sam Gibson, welcome to the channel. Okay, so but as I was saying with the profession guides, I am going to be updating those. I will be putting the old ones into a folder so that you can still watch film if you wanted to do that for some reason. But the new videos are going to be in a different playlist. I'll have a playlist for every profession, blacksmithing, even down to the gathering professions. And it will tell you exactly what to do, even if it is during Battle for Azeroth, the guides will still work. Even if you're playing with the classic WoW servers, when they come out, it'll still be relevant and still be useful. So definitely stick around, watch out for those videos. They are going to be coming very quickly, probably within the next, I would say no more than the next week. Thank you, Auto Esport. And are you a Horde player, an Alliance player, and what server do you guys play on? Me, myself, I play Alliance and Horde. I do play mostly Horde. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I have played mostly Horde for the last 15 years, well, 14 years, well, ever since I started. Oddly enough, I did start out with an Alliance character. Started out with an Alliance Druid, which back in the day that meant an Alliance Night Elf Druid. And, you know, we went ahead, and me and a friend, He ended up leaving the game shortly after getting me started, which I started out because of my younger brother. He had bought the game, he was playing. My mom called him to supper, and just so happened I was there, and he talked me into keeping his character alive, or at least trying. And I was hooked. But Kelly, welcome to the chat, and I do appreciate you stopping in today. Now, as I was just telling everyone, we will be having some updated profession guides as well as a few other updates coming to the channel in the very near future. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. And these guides are not just going to be centered around Legion. They are going to be for all professions, whether it be now, Battle for Azeroth, or even when we have the classic servers coming live. So it is going to be useful all the way around. Let's see if we can sneak past this dog. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who may not know where to get them, there's a pet. There's a battle pet, and I'll show you where to get him here in just a moment. Let me go ahead and kill this mob, and then we're going to walk around to the front of this house here that's burning. We're going to walk right on through, go through and up. Keep on going through the fire. And here he is. Grumpy. I believe now I've not done this quest in a while because in all honesty I think I have the maximum amount of them that I can handle. I don't think I can hold anymore, but we'll check, because even if you do the quest and you can't hold them, we're going to put them in your bag. I think you can sell them for like 5 gold, maybe even a little bit more than that, and you're going to get some experience just for doing the quest. So a little bit more aggravating when you're dead running back, but okay. Well, they have nuked the amount of experience you get, but you do get this little bulldog pet, 1 gold, 90 silver, and the pet himself, wherever he is. Okay, it must have went straight to my pet journal. Maybe I didn't have as many of them as I thought. But the pet himself, I believe, does sell for 5 or 6 gold, whatever. It's nothing huge. At one point, I think it was up to 20, but nothing huge now. So, what is everybody thinking about the upcoming 8.0 release coming up on, I believe it's Tuesday the 17th is what I was told. I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to it, and I know a lot of people will disagree with me here, but I'm looking forward to being able to get new weapons and not being stuck with the same weapon all the time. The artifact weapons are cool, even be better if we're able to transmog the appearance, you know. But I'm looking forward to being able to get new weapons. Okay, so let's go ahead and always get the treasure chest. Okay. So, okay, it's given me quite some stress due to having not done all the mage tower things. In all honesty, I don't know. I tried a few of the mage towers on my hunter. It was okay, but it's just not something I was going to stress about. You know, it's just an appearance, and those are appearances that, you know, you cannot get once 8.0 hits in a few days. But, you know, overall, unless you're really into the transmog stuff, which some people are, some are not. If you are, then definitely I can understand that. And Cookie, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. If you've not already subscribed to the channel, please do be sure to do that. This will be a weekly live chat, a weekly live stream at 6 o'clock every Saturday Eastern Standard Time. I don't know how that breaks down to the time zone for everybody. I'm probably going to get that figured out and start posting it in the description. That way there's no doubt, nobody has a question as to what time or whatever. Okay, so final quest coming up before I hit 110, and then I can get on to a different character and start leveling Bell. How's everybody's week been? I've got a Beastmaster Hunter done. My Feral needs Spectral Tiger Skin. Definitely not. I do love the look of the artifact weapon, but I don't know about you guys, but like I said, I'm looking forward to the idea of getting a new weapon, you know, because, well, in Legion, it's nothing to go to town and see 75 or 100 people running around with the same weapon, and that's become the norm. But for me, I like the idea of looking different, having a different weapon, and so on. Oh wow, Cookie, where are you from? And there I go, 110. And go ahead, I'll harp back to Dalaran. Once I get to Dalaran, I like the different weapons too. I really liked that. Wow, the Netherlands sounds nice. So far I've never traveled out of the United States. I have traveled 37 out of the 50 states in the United States, but so far I have not been able to travel outside of the states. Hopefully that will change in the near future. Let's see here how many we have. Okay, we're still holding at, well, nope, just as I started to say, we're holding at 5. We now do have 6. And these chats, or these live streams, typically I always have, like I said, a chat, bullet points of what I want to talk about. But today it is going to be totally off book, nothing to go by, because with the week I've had running to the hospital with my father-in-law and so on, it's just not been something I had the possibility of sitting down and writing up. So at this point, I'll go ahead and log on over. Now, I'll tell you guys which characters I do have available to level, and then I'm going to let you guys pick which one we do next. I have a Paladin, a Warlock, a Death Knight, a Shadow Priest, a Monk, a Hunter, which is my High Mountain Tauren. I already have a Hunter that's a level 110, but didn't really know what else to do on it. And I have a 20 on the Nightborn. And then, of course, I have some Banker Tunes. So let me know which one you want to see me level up next. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and hop on over to one of my lower level ones and see what I can do about at least getting them a little bit higher. But let me know which one you want to see next. Also, if you guys have any questions, be sure to pop them into the live chat. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. Who do you think is the actual bad guy in Burning Burning Crusades? I keep saying that, and I'm not sure why. In all honesty, Battle for Azeroth is nothing like the Burning Crusades. We all know that. But for some reason, I keep on wanting to say Burning Crusades. I've done that for a while. Okay, Vipali, I'll go ahead and bring him on up. He's got a lot of mismatched gear, some of which is from the pre-launch of Legion. I have spent most of my time in this expansion on my Hunter and just a handful of my alts. I'm hoping that there I go again. Battle for Azeroth will be more alt friendly. I don't remember why I had him over in Undercity, but I'll go ahead and get him. Oh, I love the Blood Elves. Interestingly enough, I'm in a Facebook group called World of Warcraft Junkies, and one of the people in that group was trying to talk about how, oh wow man, you ain't gonna believe it, but do you realize that Blood Elves, that Sylvanas was a Blood Elf, and the last two remaining leaders that was around in Legion was Blood Elves? And you know, a lot of people was like, no, Blood Elves wasn't around back then. And they wasn't, you know. The Blood Elves didn't come into game. Now, if you're looking at the lore, Blood Elves was around, but, and I don't know where I'm going. I should be harping. But Blood Elves was around back then in lore, but in lore only. For the most part, we didn't even see a Blood Elf, even as a quest giver, until the final month or so of vanilla. Then they started giving us quests leading up to us going to Outlands. So, you know, that's, I guess for me, it's a pet peeve when people keep saying, oh, we had Blood Elves back then, when we didn't. You know, another one of my pet peeves is people saying that they won't be, go ahead and pick me up some health potions. Saying that they want classic servers to be untouched, to be just as they was back in the day, but yet they then want to add battle pets. They want to add Blood Elves, Worgen, Goblins as playable races, and they just want to start adding. But you know, we didn't have all those things back then as playable races. So you know, if you want to keep vanilla pure, then you don't have all that. Now, how many of you are looking forward to the classic servers? I know I am, because that was always one of my things I wanted more than anything, was to be able to go and play in vanilla again. I'm looking forward to getting back into as long as vanilla has group loot. Vanilla will be back to the way, from what I understand, back to the way it was back in the day, which means group loot, which means master loot, which means, you know, the whole 9 yards. And we'll be able to raid and go to raids like 25-man Zilgrub and go kill Hakar and so on. So, you know, I'm looking forward to that, because one of the things I have always wanted is the Zilgrub mounts. I want all of the mounts from that. The Tiger, the Panther, and the Raptor. And we can't get it now because it's no longer a raid, and 2 of those bosses have now been removed. So I'm looking forward to it. But one problem I can see possibly going forward is that I do think we'll have some people having some issues with the possibility of what are they going to do when they hit 60. Okay, now the way I would like to see it is at 60 you have an option to carry your character without paying a fee on over to the, let's say, Burning Crusade servers, and from there you can play up till max level of 70 and so on. I love the grind instead of the grind what WoW what WoW is now. I like the harder focused grind. I meant group loot in a way of looting multiple corpses at the same time, not needing to loot every mob. I'm not sure if that part will be in vanilla, because back in vanilla, as far as I can remember, and it's, you know, it's been a while. It's been what, 12 years since vanilla ended. I want to say 12, because vanilla lasted a couple years. And then, let's see, vanilla was 2004 to 2007. 2007 going forward was Burning Crusades. So almost 3 years of vanilla. Now, as far as I recall, back in vanilla, we did have to loot each and every mob, which was a bit of a headache. But, you know, it is going to be well worth the headache, as we say, in that aspect. Because, personally, my thing is, for example, let's say you're lucky and Cookie, you go in and you get Bazil Grub Tiger. Are you going to be able to carry it over to and use it in your current, you know, on, for example, your main in the non-vanilla servers, for example, wherever you're playing right now, your Alliance Tune or your Horde or whatever. And I'm sorry, guys, there we go. One of my lights, the cover on it popped off, and I didn't want it to melt on me, so I had to fix it real quick. And see, that's what I'm saying. If you went in and you got that mount, are they going to let us carry it over? Well, see, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that they say, hey, it's account bound. That's going to be the one exception. But you can take that mount and use it from the lead or vanilla, but at the same time making it a one-way street. You wouldn't be able to come into vanilla and use mounts that was found in, say, let's say Legion. Okay, it will be a one-way street, you know, because if not, you're going to have people been saying, well, you know, they did this. It was not in the original vanilla, and now we've got it in vanilla. So why can't we have pets or battle pets or whatever? And then it's going to just become more watered down. And I'm looking forward to the real deal, the 100% setup. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I'm almost 400,000 experience away from a level on this one. So how's everybody set for the release date on the 14th? Are you gonna play the same main that you do now? Personally, I've played my hunter for so long. I've played the hunter now for I want to say 4 different expansions straight, and 3 or 4, and for me it's going to be hard for me to just decide which one I want to play next. Now, if I do go with a different one, I most likely will go with my Tauren Warrior, which was my original main back in vanilla. How many of you have a funny experience or a sad experience with a GM? If you've watched the video that I did about my experience with GMs, you'll know that I had a very, very, very funny experience in which a guildmate of mine back in the day set me up. He was getting ready to go on vacation, he said, wanted me to keep an eye on his account, make sure nobody logged in. If they did, just give him a call. He was more or less wanting me out of the way because I was a warrior, but I also did play a hunter back then as well. And he didn't like the competition. He was also a hunter, and he wanted me out of the way. So, long story made short, he set me up. When I called him and said, yes, somebody just logged in on your character, he told me, now I've only been playing at this point maybe a few months. I mean, very, very new. He said, if you would, log into my character for me, man, and check it out and tell me if there's anything missing. I've got a complete list of everything I have on all of my characters. And if you could tell me if there's anything missing, I would appreciate it. So, this is where I admit that I was dumb, and I went ahead and done it. As soon as we hung up the phone, he calls Blizzard and reports me for supposedly hacking into his account and gets me banned. Well, I'm not one to give up, especially when it's something that I enjoy. So I contacted Blizzard. We got it all lined out. In the end, he was the one who got banned, and I'm back. Ben McCool, welcome to the live chat. Welcome to the channel. If you've not already subscribed, please be sure to do that. I would greatly appreciate it. Cookie. Blood Elf perspective is so low onto the ground. I play only Tauren. Definitely the Tauren are the bigger of the horde from all aspects. Ben, I like WoW, but there's too many blacks and Asians. Well, I personally don't get into all the race thing. I look at everybody as being equal. I'm not racist in in any way. And greetings, Matusa Bobber. If I said that wrong, I do apologize. And Poland. Wow. What time is it over in Poland? Here we have 6:45 in the evening. I think it's awesome. I think it is definitely awesome that we can play with people and chat with people from all over the world. Ben, wow, Matusa 45 after 12:45. Wow. Ben, I don't know, man. You know, everybody has their own feelings about things, but here in the channel and in the chat, we do prefer to keep it neutral. You know, everybody is equal. There is no, superior race or anything of that nature. The only superior race I see is the human race. I don't really go in for the other stuff though. Okay. Okay, Ben, I do. Okay, you have now been put in timeout. Please do, once the timeout has ended, please do, present yourself a little bit more neutral. I mean, here's the thing. You may hate a certain race or a certain person or whatever, and that's definitely your belief and your right to believe so. But here, we are all neutral, we are all human, and we are all equal. So, okay. So, definitely, as I was saying, I'm thinking either I will be going with my warrior or my hunter. And, it saddens me, and I'm just going to jump back to something here before I go on any further into the live chat with regards to the game. It makes me sad to think that I have to do what I just did. I've only live streamed maybe 10 or 12 times so far in all, but I have never until now felt the need to give somebody a timeout. I've always been one who was a firm believer. I'm not the person's parent, so it's not for me to give them a timeout. But unfortunately, at times it is necessary. Okay. Now, okay, well, apparently these guys want to attack. Let's see just how many we have as soon as I kill this. Okay. Now, as for any of you who have the custom UI, you may want to go ahead and turn your custom UI off now. Get used to it being off, and going forward without it, because when the expansion hits, you don't want to be stuck with all of your key bindings off and so on. You don't want to do that because unfortunately for the most part, custom UIs and a lot of your other more popular hold on 1 minute, let me key this up. Okay, a lot of your more popular add-ons will not be available at the very start of the expansion. So if you're like me, I love my I absolutely love having the ability to use an add-on to help me out in some way, and it's definitely something to get used to not having it. And I'm sorry if what Ben was saying did offend anyone. I do hope that it didn't. I did try to get it taken care of as quick as possible. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, if you're leveling a character, be sure to get in on the Legion invasions, and you can go down in the comment section below. I will be posting, once the video goes live for playback, I'll be posting a link that you can go to, and it will tell you when the next invasion is. It'll tell you exactly hour for hour, minute for minute when the next invasion is. Okay, I've never done like I said, a timeout. I hope I didn't time chat out for everybody. If somebody could just let me know that they are still able to speak in chat, so that I know that I didn't time it out for everybody. Okay, so as I was saying, and we'll just go ahead and get back on to the topic where we was originally. We're coming up on here in just a few days the launch of Battle for Azeroth 8.0, at least the 8.0 pre-patch. And with that, we're going to see a lot of changes. Now, if you're joining us here at during the playback and you're watching this, then you can definitely skip ahead if this is something you want to do. We'll be adding a link down in the bottom, a timestamp, so you can jump around to different topics if that's something that you want to do. So, who do we have in live chat? I know that we've had Matusa, Cookie Go Rar. We've had Ben, McCool, and quite a few others. Now, starting this week, I am going to be trying something new. A lot of you have wanted me to give a shout out, and I do that as often as I can, and work it into the videos. I have definitely no problem giving a shout out to my subscribers. But what I am also going to be doing is anyone who watches my next video, when the video goes live, watch and post to the video, but you've watched the video. I'll be putting a keyword, a special word in each video. Every time it'll be a different one, so but it is fair for everybody. After you've watched the video completely through, you'll have that keyword, and then you can go ahead, post, and the first 10 viewers, the first 10 to watch that video and post a comment in the comment section will be eligible for being randomly selected and your comment highlighted in the next video. So that means if you've commented and I pick you randomly, I will be putting your comment up on the screen, reading it, and if it's a question that you put up, answering your question in the very next video. So this is definitely something that I thought would be nice to try at least, and see if it helped any with subscribers wanting that extra engagement between us. Now, also in the About Me section, I believe it is. If you're trying to reach out and speak with me, I have also got my email address listed, and you can send me an email. Tell me what you think. If you like the videos, let me know. If you don't, let me know. If you have a question, let me know. Speaking of questions, does anyone have any questions currently that they would like to put up? And I'll go ahead and take a few moments to answer those now. Also, I'm always open to the possibility if anybody has a video topic that you want. For example, a couple weeks ago, I think it was 3 weeks ago, we had a viewer and a subscriber, a very loyal viewer by the name of Rutger Frisso, and he had posted that he would like to see more about the troll lore, how it happened, where it all started, and so on. And it took me a few days to do some research. I'm definitely one, but I like to do research on any kind of topic that I'm going to be doing a video on. That way I can give my all. And when I got the research done, I'd done the videos. Ended up being an 8-part mini-series, and I posted them all in one day, so that he did not have to wait and wait until the next week or whatever to get the second part. So let me know if there's anything that you want to see a video on. Okay, let me check over. Okay, and I see that we've been losing people. Hold on. Looks like we've been losing people ever since we had the visit from Ben McCool coming in. and we've apparently been losing a few viewers here and there ever since. But I'll give it a few more moments, see if we get more people coming in. Okay, William Larson, welcome to the chat. Good to see you back. If I have my professions at max level, will I have to go back and level the old expansions? Great question, and I did speak with a GM a few weeks ago, well, about a week ago now, and the answer to that is no. If you already have them at max level, you will not have to go back and level those. They will not be making you start over. As the GM put it, that would be something that more of our customers would be upset about than ever any other thing we could do. So they said that they would not be doing that, and that we would be able to carry on. Now, for example, the great part, and I'm glad you asked this question, the great part is, let's say if you're brand new, or you've already got your character all the way up to 120, you've enjoyed the game, and now you're wanting to go ahead and level an alt. You can go ahead and start that alt right now and jump into and start making all of the great things that Battle for Azeroth offers. So it is definitely a nice thing there. But, and just between us, I'll tell you where the money's going to come in. I'll tell you where the money is going to be made, and that is the old patterns, the old recipes. If you can make the old stuff, then you're going to be making some serious gold. The reason I say that is people are going to want it, but they're not going to want to level it for themselves. So, William, that is a very good idea that it seems you have as well as I do, and that is to be able to make all the stuff from the old content. Now, another thing, if you're, for example, a gatherer, on one or two of my characters, I guess you could consider a double gatherer. I gather herbs and ore, and on that character, I'm going to be making gold hand over fist. Now, the reason being, you're going to have a ton of people who, and when I say herbs and ore, I'm not only talking about current herb and ore. I'm talking about old ore, old herbs like copper, peace bloom, silver leaf, that kind of stuff. And the reason that it's going to be expensive, and the reason that it's going to start selling very well, is simple. You're going to have people wanting to level the older professions. They're going to want to have alchemy for vanilla, let's say, or blacksmith and vanilla, or what have you. And they're not going to want to go out and pick those herbs. So what are they going to do? They're going to go to the auction house, and they're going to make somebody like you or me very, very happy. They're going to make you a lot of gold. So definitely, if you only have a couple hours a day, I would suggest between now and the time that Battle for Azeroth goes live, spend those couple hours a day farming for your older content, your older herbs, your ore, leather, even cloth. Cloth is going to be a big one too, because you're going to have people wanting to, now more than ever, level up tailoring, because tailors are now going to be the only ones able to make the bandages. Now, I'm not the happiest about that change, to be honest. I think they should have left the first aid as it was, not as it is now. But who knows? Maybe they have another profession, another secondary profession in mind to give us, because they did not take that slot out. It just appears that it no longer has first aid there. Let's pop back over and check. Okay, and again, if anyone has any questions, any comments, any ideas for a video that you would like to see me make, by all means go ahead and pop that up in the chat. Let me know, and I'll be more than happy to get onto that for you. Okay. That's the only problem I have with playing multiple alts. I mean, and that is, you literally get swamped with having to do the same content over and over, and then it can become a huge pain. But then too, not everybody is like me and wants to have one of everything. That was my main goal. A few weeks ago, someone asked, what was my goal, in-game goal? What did I want to do in-game before or even after the new expansion? I want to have an army of alts. I already have the army, I just need to get them all to 110 before Battle for Azeroth starts. Now, I don't worry about the having it done before the pre-patch. I know that's not going to happen. I mean, I may get a couple more of them to max level before then, but not all of them. I do hope that I did get your question answered, William. And again, be sure, guys, to let me know if there's anything that you want to see added to the channel, any kind of content you would like to start seeing me make videos on. Let me know in the comment section, or if you're in live chat and you've been able to join us live, be sure to just drop it in the live chat. Let me know. Okay, so one thing I do have to say, I believe they may have lessened the amount of needed experience. Either that, or they just started giving more experience for different kills. I'm not sure how that works, but okay, go ahead and get this guy killed. Okay. And William, do you have any type of video you'd like to see? Any specific requests? If so, let me know. Any other questions? Also, be sure to let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer those for you. Okay, I do have 5 max level tunes. 2 of them I did use the tokens to level, to max level. That was why I had asked the question. Right, now also, guys, and this is closing in on being changed, so you may want to jump on this next idea here I'm going to give you, and you may want to jump on it quick. The Rapid Minds Elixir, They are still usable until Battle for Azeroth. When Battle for Azeroth goes live, they will not be usable at that time. So if you have, let's say you have a High Mountain Tauren, if you're a Horde and you want to go ahead and do the High Mountain Tauren, go ahead and do that and use your Rapid Mind Elixir. And the reason I'm saying that is it does not keep you from getting your Heritage Armor. You can use all of the experience potions you want, and it does not affect you. It will not keep you from getting your from getting your Heritage Armor. Now they are a bit pricey right now, especially with people wanting to get them, get them in level, or people that have a bunch of them wanting to get them and get rid of them, what have you. But definitely, if you have a little bit of extra gold and you want to go ahead and level a few of your characters, that would be a way of doing it. Okay, where is this? Oh, up here it is. I've not leveled my paladin in a while, if you can tell, and there's some of these quests that you kind of forget. So, William, Alliance, Horde, I don't think you had said one way or the other. I will say this, having just played a rogue and max leveled hit out, I find the paladin is a lot more powerful at some things and very fun to play. So okay, go ahead and drop down, play both sides. So do I. And it's kind of odd and sad in a way. Back in vanilla, I wanted to play both sides, but I never did. And the reason being that, back in the day, back in vanilla at least, people looked at you, if you played both sides, you was a traitor. Nobody wanted anything to do with you. Nobody wanted you in their group. Nobody wanted you anywhere near them. They wanted you to leave them alone. And you would even get kicked out of guilds for being in, playing both sides. So, I just never did because, like I said, I had people telling me, oh man, don't be a traitor, be true to the Horde and all this. And, like I've said before, primarily I am a Horde player. I do play Horde more than the Alliance, but I do play both sides. And personally, if I could go back now and, as they say, tell the new players any one thing, I would say play both sides. Don't tie yourself down to one side, because there's so much in this game that, for example, as a Horde player only, but you're going to miss a lot of stuff in the game. You're going to miss it. You're going to not understand it when other people talk about this item or this thing going on, and you're going to be the one saying, what do they mean? How does that work? And it's not going to be something that you're going to be able to understand unless you have went ahead and played both sides. So that's one reason and I'm probably going to be messed up right here pretty bad. But I guess that's one reason I like playing both sides. I don't play Alliance very much. I do play it enough to know that I have friends that play both sides, and that that's mostly when I play the other side. If I have a friend that logs in, they're on the Alliance side and they want to go hit a dungeon, I'll go ahead and log on over into an Alliance character. How many of you have been hearing anything about the possible third faction thing going on? From what I can understand, there is a very good possibility that we may see a third faction. Instead of it just being Horde and Alliance going forward, we may have Horde, Alliance, and whatever they call the other faction. I've even been told that it could be possible that we get like Arthas as the leader of the third faction, which would be very, very cool. I mean, the Lich King as your leader. I mean, you don't get much cooler than that, and I think that would be very, very cool. So, what are your thoughts on that? Would you play a third faction? I mean, obviously they're adding players, or adding it to where we have more playable slots. I think we're up to what, 16 is it, or is it 18 now per server? And with that being said, I believe they'll keep adding, so it wouldn't be a bad thing in a way if they did add the second or third faction, rather. I definitely would play a third faction if they did. And the only reason that I would say yes, I'll play the third faction is, I guess you could say, I like to do it all. I started out having multiple alts because back in the day in vanilla, I was one of the poorest players in the game. I did not have enough gold to do anything. I would go raid, and in order to be able to go raid, I would have to grind out a few hundred gold in order to pay for my repairs. The guild that I was in didn't pay for that. And, I wanted to be able to make as much gold as I could and to be self-sufficient, so I leveled everything. Okay, I started playing both sides before battle pits were around. I used the auction house in Booty Bay to trade my alts to make gold. Very good idea. And back in the day, you could actually, you're on the Horde, you want to send something to your alt, or you want your alt to get an item, for a very short period back in vanilla, you could actually buy your own auctions. Okay, a lot of people are not aware of that because it didn't last very long. They changed that very, very quick. But I believe it was for the first, I want to say first few months, you could log in on the Horde, post something, log into an Alliance character, buy it on the Alliance, sending gold over to your Horde and items over to your Alliance. Personally, I don't know why they changed that. I mean, I can see, I guess, in a way, why some people would, how some people would abuse that. But I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool being able to sell your own character an item. I thought it was pretty cool. So, how long have you been playing, William? Have you been playing like from vanilla on, or just started recently, or what? And when I say recently, I mean over the past few expansions. Overall, and I'm curious to find out, anyone who's in live chat right now, if you would, let me know which one, or how you feel that Legion has shaped up. Has Legion been a success in your eyes, or has it been a failure? Do you think that Legion was a start to something going forward that's going to make things better for us? Or what are your thoughts? Personally, I love the way Legion worked its way out. I think it's definitely something that we should build upon and go forward. I love the world quest, and I think that's a great thing. Now, I don't know about you, if you're a PvPer, how many of you may be on a PvP server or whatever. But for me, I'm glad they've now fixed it to where PvP servers are a thing of the past. Because I have one of my characters, but I absolutely refused to delete. And it has been trapped on a PvP server for years. And yes, I know I could have very easily just went ahead and paid to have it transferred, but there was no need in all that. Okay, I started in vanilla, had to stop at Rattle Edge. Okay, came to go take care of my your grandmother before she passed away. I'm sorry, but you've lost your grandmother. I know how that feels. I've lost quite a few family members to cancer and heart issues. Cancer and heart issues is what mostly does it for my family, but now I'm back to doing what I usually do, making gold. That is always a good thing to do. I remember, like I said, back in the day, I had very little gold. And finally, I met up with a guy, and he said, "Buddy, you do know you can make a lot of gold if you want, I'll teach you how." And I was, "Yeah, how?" So he starts teaching me a few tricks, and I'm doing really good. I've made my first million gold with Helm. And Ben, he says, "Sorry, man, but it's time for me to leave the game. I gotta go." I said, "Okay." He said, "Do you have 5 characters that are not gilded?" not gilded. I said, I don't know if I do or not. Why? He said, if you do, good. If not, make film. And I said, okay, no big deal. Made the characters, went ahead, logged in, and he told me that he was going to give me his guilds. Now, these were all personal guilds. These were all guilds that had his money, his gold from the game that he had accumulated. These were guilds that had nothing but pure gold items, things I could sell to make millions of gold. And he told me, he said, they're all yours. Have a good time. Enjoy the game. I'm out. So from that day on, I've always been one who enjoys keeping my gold to max level. And the reason being, I don't want to ever be to the point that I don't have the gold for what I want. I always want to be able to buy the items that I want. Now, for example, how many of you plan on trying to get the 5 million gold mount? Have you heard about it? Because that mount, there's a few people who say that it will not be worth the 5 million gold. And personally, I think a couple million would have been fine. But for those who do get it, it's going to make them as much gold as it costs them. Because that, it's going to give you a portable auction house. I mean, you can't get no better than that, I don't think. So it is going to be something worth looking into. That and the fact that it is, after all, a dinosaur mount. And we've had some dinosaur mounts in the game for a while. The Raptor, that's been in the game since the very beginning, back in vanilla. But then we had, a few other little smaller mounts like the Triceratops and so on. But this is a brontosaurus, man. This is freaking cool. I personally cannot wait to get my hands on it. Well, I see that William, you'll be doing like me, busting, as they say, you'll be busting your hump until you can get the money to get it. I know that I'm getting close. I've got on my warrior, I think about 2 million so far, and then probably about another million spread across multiple other characters. Now, I do know that to a lot of people, that's not a lot of gold. I had one guy say that he had 10 million gold, 9,999,999 gold, 99 silver, and 99 copper on every one of his characters, and he had 25 characters. Now, I don't know that I totally believe that, but if he does, I would definitely be interested in finding out how he did it. Because to me, that would sound like somebody doing something that, quite frankly, might get them banned. But I definitely, if any of you was in here when we had the little visit from Ben McCool, again, I do apologize for his outburst and so on. I tried to get him took care of and silenced as quick as possible. I don't go in for all that stuff. myself. Okay, majestic. Okay. Majestic Elder horn. Okay, let's check it out. See if we can kill it. Nothing like trying. I mean, as they say, it's not going to be a deal breaker if it does kill me. Okay. Majestic Elderhorn, where are you? Okay, now on the map it says that it's right here, but I'm not seeing it anywhere, and I'm assuming that the Majestic Elderhorn, let's see what it is. Yep, it is the Moose Mount, more or less, or moose, the white moose, and somebody is killing it. Hold on, guys. Don't kill it yet. Oh, man. Somebody just killed it, too. And apparently died trying. I'll wait around. He'll come back. That's the good part about the so-called rares in Legion. They're not rare. They keep coming back. Okay, I have almost 1.8 million gold, so I have a lot more to farm. What are your professions, William? And let's see if we can work this together, and between now and next Saturday, let's see just how much gold we can make. Me doing, on my server, of course, and you on yours. See how much gold we can make and compare that gold come next Saturday if you're able to tune in. But even if you're not able to tune in, you can always compare it in playback. So what are your professions? Me, I do everything. That's one reason I can make a lot more gold than some. I do a little bit of everything. I'm leather working, skinning, alchemy, inscriptionist. I pretty well do it all. So what are your primary professions? If you're wanting to make some serious gold, I can definitely give you some tips on that, but you're probably going to think I'm crazy when I tell you. And you would more or less have to invest time now, and you will make the gold 10 times over when Battle for Azeroth goes live. So let me know in the chat what your professions are. Okay, just got a toy. Wouldn't you know, it'd be one I've already got added to my already have. So, but it does sell for 2.5 gold. I wish it's 2.5 thousand gold, but Can't get greedy. Well, I guess that's not true. I could get greedy, but it wouldn't do me no good. Okay, so William, are you still with us? If so, be sure to let me know what professions you have. And like I said, I'll give you a few tips that may help you make that goal that you're needing. And come this time next week, we will compare notes, see how much gold we've made over the last week. More or less give a little bit of competition there, because if you're like me, just the idea of knowing I'm competing against somebody else, or I'm trying to stay up with somebody else, a lot of times that's all it takes for me to bust my hump a little bit harder and a little bit better in order to get what I need. Yeah, I hate these snakes. Oh, definitely. Now, you do know that I don't know if you've got pound fist yet, but they've increased that. It used to be like 1.5 drop rate or 1.5 spawn. You know, it spawned so infrequently it was not even funny. Now it spawns every 4 hours and it's a guaranteed drop. So that's one that if you don't already have it, you can definitely get easy. What I would suggest is, since you are kind of like me, you have every profession in the game, and that definitely is a great way to have. Okay, it really is a huge money maker, because if you have somebody in trade chat for advertising looking for a jewel crafter, I can message them and say, hey, yeah, what do you need? I'll log into my jewel crafter, and whatever they're needing made, I can make it. So, but what I would suggest is, if you're wanting to make some serious gold, and this is a tip that I would suggest for everybody, definitely, no matter what, get your well, it was nice. Yeah, I knew that was coming. But anyway, start using your herbalist, your miner, your skinner, and Geber and Claw. Geber it all. And when I say Geber it all, I don't just mean the current stuff. The current stuff will sell for less in Battle for Azeroth than the older stuff. And there's a reason I say that, because people are not going to want to go back to vanilla and buy the herbs or mine the herbs that are going to get them to be able to level the professions. Oh man, I have farmed Zulgrub for years. Every time I turn around, I'm farming, going there. Now, it is a little bit of a disheartening knowing that no matter how much I've farmed there now, I'm still not going to be able to get, and I may just be in a little bit of a spot here and have to harp out. I am in a spot, I'm 102, and these guys are 110 spiders. So I guess when they did the scale thing, they forgot about this area? I mean, I thought everything was pretty well the same level as you are now. But anyway, I would definitely highly suggest farming all of your herbs or cloth, all of that, and getting it ready to sell when the expansion goes live. Ooh, yep, I'm dead. But yeah, the Zulgrub ones, I have farmed them for years and still not got them. There is another one that I've been wanting for a very, very, very long time and never have been lucky enough to get. And that is, I want the Reigns of Invincible. I want the Reigns of Invincible. And a lot of people have been, I guess a lot of people have been getting that one lately. I'm not sure, if they've increased the drop rate. Would be nice to know if they have. If they have, then I'll start spending a few hours a week on all of my characters farming that. But for now, I don't know if they have or not. So do you remember back in the day when, back in Warlords of Draenor, when people would spend, 5-6 days at a time waiting and farming Pound Fist? Yeah, these little guys. These guys are a pest on a normal basis, but when you have res sickness, they can be more deadly than any other time. And I die. Okay. Let's see here. I've been farming ZG every day for 3 months. And no luck with the Raptor. As far as I know, the Raptor is the only one, but now has the mount, right? I mean, I know they took out the Tiger. The only way you can get the Tiger is, or the Panther now, is off of black market auction. I'll be honest with you, though. I really enjoyed. Okay, I came back to WoW at the end of that expansion. I remember back, and no doubt you will, when Zulgrub was an actual raid, and what was it? The spirits. You would die on Blood Lord Manacor, or ever how you say that name, and the spirits would want to resurrect you. And as soon as they resurrected you, he would kill you again. And more or less it would run your repair bill up in a major, major way. But how do you remember those spirits wanting to resurrect you and stuff? Because I definitely won't be forgetting it myself anytime soon. Personally, I disagree with the concept of them taking and changing it from a raid to a 5-man, what was it, a 5-man dungeon now? I do believe it was 5 men. They changed it back in Cataclysm, if my memory serves. Let's take a look here and see how many we have. I was sad to see it gone. It was one of my favorites, and yes, I do. I'll be honest with you, a lot of your older content, you know, you have people who just, well, they quite frankly don't understand because they don't remember. Well, like one guy kept telling me the other day, but, you know, vanilla was easy. Vanilla was easy. There was nothing hard about vanilla. Nothing good about vanilla. It was all easy. And after I started to ask him, was he, you know, an escapee from like a lunatic asylum? But I asked, you know, did you play back in vanilla? No, I didn't. But my friend did. And I watched my friend play one day for about an hour. It was easy. And it totally surprised me. Well, it shouldn't have surprised me, but it totally freaked me out, I should say, to see this person who's never played himself in vanilla telling me that vanilla was easy. You know, vanilla was nothing hard about it. And I'm thinking, buddy, until you've played it, don't talk about it because you don't know. And I guess that's one of the things that I'm going to get a kick out of more than anything else. And that is, I want to see some of these people who think that, you know, it's so easy, it's so great. And I want to see some of them log in, create a character, and experience what vanilla was, instead of just talking about it like they know what it was. Because the only way you can truly know, and you know where I'm coming from here, the only way you can truly know what it was like is if you played in it yourself. And, you know, to me, I just think it was a great game back then. A lot of people call it the vanilla expansion, and no, it wasn't an expansion. That was the core game. You know, there was no expansion there, no expansion needed. It was just the game in its purest, simple form, or purest form, rather. I wish it was easy getting talent points right. Could be a pain. Definitely it could. And, you know, nowadays people think, well, we have so much to choose from when it comes to talents. No, you don't. You know, no, you don't. Nowadays you have, well, you know, you have, what is it, like, okay, you hit 45, let's say. Boom. You can choose all of these. But back in vanilla, you had a lot to choose from. You could put it in one talent tree or the other talent tree or whatever, and when you did, you could become very powerful, or if you screwed up, very, very weak. So it was more about, you know, what should you pick, not pick it all, pick anything, it don't matter kind of thing, because it did matter. What did you play back in vanilla? like I said, I started out in vanilla with a Night Elf Druid. Quickly changed over to a Tauren and a Tauren Warrior, and loved it. That's what I stuck with throughout. Now, like I said, I did have a few alts, but then too, back in vanilla, you didn't have a lot of time to spend on your alts, so your alts kind of got pushed to the side until you was max level. Then is when people would go and do the alts. But for the most part, up until then, the alts was kicked to the side. I've been wondering, the Warlock. What is because when I play Warlock, I was told by a friend of mine, never play anything but the demonology. And, you know, all the other ones stink, you don't want them, kind of thing. But what, in your opinion, is the best one? Because, like I said, I've never played the any other one other than demonology. Let me pop back over. Check, see how our numbers are doing. Wow. You know, but the guy that was in here earlier, I don't know if you was in here for that one or not, William, but the one guy who was in here, Ben McCool, he definitely had a presence about him. I don't know, I had roughly, well, about 75% more people in chat at the time he come in, and when he left, well, I guess you could say I silenced him. When he left, a good bit of the other people left as well, and I don't understand that, in all honesty, because, you know, it's not like that. What he was saying was not very nice. Lock was my main. Rogue was one of my alts. I played Demonology and Destruction, and I've also played Affliction, but I didn't get into that too much before I had to go. Well, I'm glad to see that you are back. Apparently you're like me, you're one of the ones who do definitely enjoy the game, and you know, I had to take a small break for a while. We had my grandpa, he was ill. He had Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and mild dementia, and he got really bad, and it ended up leading up to his death, and I ended up taking almost 6 months. I want to say almost 6 months away. It's the only break I've ever took from the game. And then when I come back, I found out that they had this reward for people who have never took one break from the game. If you've never took a break, if you did take a break, you'd still paid, and for the game time, and you never let your subscription lapse, then you got a reward. And I'm like, oh man, just my luck, you know. I would have got that if it hadn't been for about 6 months of time. But you know, I know you know where I'm coming from. Family comes first. You know, the game is great, but family always comes first. And you know, that's like a couple days ago. I had scheduled. If you look at my channel, you'll see where I have noted all over the channel that I would be doing live streams every Monday, or not live streams, but videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and live streams every Saturday. Okay. Well, I had a video that was scheduled to for me to make on Wednesday. This past Monday, after I had already made the Monday video, my father-in-law got very bad off, got very sick, and we ended up having to take him to the ER. He ended up being in the hospital for, well, Monday evening, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. He got to come home on Friday. And by the time I got home on Friday, I was so beat. So I ended up missing out on doing the Wednesday and the Friday videos. Now this weekend and the next week coming, I will be posting a lot of videos. You know, you have a lot of time to sit and think about what you want to post a video on when you're in a hospital waiting room. Go figure. It gives you a lot of time. But, you know, I felt bad because I had made a commitment to the channel, to the viewers, to subscribers, and in all honesty, I thought, well, I'm going to piss off a lot of people, and there's going to be a lot of people upset. They're going to leave. They're going to unsubscribe. Man, I was surprised. I was very surprised. I come back, I had more subscribers than I did when I left. I had tons of people saying how sorry they was, and I do appreciate that, William. He is doing better now. But, you know, I had all this going on, and then I come back, and, you know, the channel's doing great, and people, no matter where I run into them at, even people that have me on Battle Tag, sending me messages, hey man, sorry about your father-in-law being sick, hope all's well, let me know if there's anything we can do, and, you know, screw the video, if you got a sickness in the family, screw it, we know that you wouldn't just miss doing the video just cause. And, you know, that makes you feel pretty good, because I've seen a lot of channels blow up 1 minute, and then you have to end up taking a few days away, and it's like, you know, it's, as they say, out of sight, out of mind. The people just, they walk away, and I'm just glad that when I come back, it wasn't that way. But, you know, my father-in-law, what it was, and I'm not sure if you've seen the other live stream playback. If you've not, I'm pretty sure it's still up. Well, I know it's still up, so that's something you could catch up on very quickly. But, my father-in-law on the 15th of June had to end up going into the hospital with an infection, urinary tract infection, and they kept him for 2 days. And what time they had him, they told us very bluntly, you know, you have to bring him back, we have to see him, and we have to make sure that that's gone. Well, when they went back in, it was so bad when we did get the appointment set up, because it took a while for the doctor to get us in. It ended up got worse. The infection had got very severe, and he ended up having to be put in the hospital, having a procedure, and so it definitely could have been better. It definitely could have went better for us as a family as a whole if it hadn't have been for... I think that where the doctor took so long to get him in, I think that had a lot to do with it. Okay, wow. An epic... It's better than the neck piece I have, so I'll take it. And it just got bumped up, I guess. Okay, I'm curious. Do I not have... And I don't. Okay, well, mental note, don't get curious when there's a big ugly dude like this right behind you. Well, that explains why my paladin is leveling a lot slower. I don't have him with heirlooms. Okay. Go ahead and fly up. Now, also, William, do you have a water mount? By that, I mean what I'm doing is I'm trying to get one that goes underwater, which I already got one, but I'd like to get at least one more, just for mount collector status, I guess. And then the one that goes on top of the water. The one I've got, let me bring it up here and I'll show you. The mount that I have okay, for on top of the water I have this one, the Azure Water Strider, which was a pain in the butt because you had to get exalted with the anglers and 5,000 gold. And then for the underwater, I got this one from the Dark Moon Fair. Now, if you don't know how to get this one, let me know. I'll be sure to fill you in. And also, I got a video on it, I'm pretty sure. But this one will actually go underwater. And if I'm correct, and I'm almost positive I am, if I'm correct, while you're on it, you do not need air. I have Poseidus the Water Strider, and I also have the fishing one from Legion, The one bet, the little island from Dalaran. Now, I do have, let me see, I can't remember the name of it, but it looks like a giant squid. I know you know what I'm talking about. It's, let's see here. I want to say it was a world event. Nope. I cannot remember what the name of that mount is. It drops off of, well, let me filter it to drop. That might help too. It comes off of, here it is, the Phantom Dweller. And that drops off Cosmo the Hungering. And that's a pretty cool mount. But as you can see, I love my mounts. Gotta definitely, I want to pick that up some more. Did you hear about the mount that, or the new mount collective thing where if you have so many, I think it's coming up in Battle for Azeroth, I believe if you have 100 mounts, you get a special mount. If you have 200 mounts, you get another special mount. And from what I understand, it's different mounts from what we're used to or what we've been getting now. I'm not sure about that. Now, and a lot of people say I'm crazy, but I have Battle for Azeroth the beta. I was also on Battle for Azeroth Alpha. And I could have been playing it all alone, but I kind of stayed away from Battle for Azeroth beta as much as possible because, well, quite honestly, I want to see it from the very beginning. I want to see it firsthand as much as possible without having to do it the other way. How long have I been going? Wow, 2 hours. Okay, well, I am going to go ahead here in just a few minutes. And how many do I have? I don't even know. 227. But I am going to go ahead here in a few minutes and close this chat out. Let me know how many, if you have any questions, any comments, anything you want me to make a video on, go ahead and let me know now, so I can go ahead and make some notes on those and get that video made for you. As I said, I had one of my viewers and very loyal subscribers, Rutger Frisco, or Frisso. He couldn't make it tonight. I'm sure he'll be watching the video as soon as it goes live, where he can. But he had requested 2 weeks ago to have a set of videos or a video on troll lore, and it took me a little bit of time to get it. You know, I wanted to do all my research and get everything all settled, but I did do the video that he wanted, and it ended up being an 8-part mini-series because, you know, I try to keep my videos to a minimum without having them be 45 minutes long. I've seen some YouTubers that will make a 55-minute video, you know, and to me, not a lot of people are going to sit and watch a 55-minute video. unless it's a live stream. Now, then that's different because people are very interested in interacting, getting to know this YouTuber and so on. Also, do you have the mount, and I meant to mention this one earlier, the Traveler's Tundra Mammoth? Because this thing has more than paid for itself 1,000 times over the years. It saved me from having to go back to town every time I turn around to repair, and it's just been a lifesaver. Sell a bunch of junk. But also, William, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, and if I am, and I've already brought this up to you, overlooked me, it's been one of them weeks, and I have tended to repeat myself a few times this week. If you have already subscribed to the channel, great. If you've not, I would greatly appreciate it. You know, if that's something you would go ahead and do, just let me know. Either way, I do appreciate it. I appreciate you being here and taking the time to spend in live stream with us. Now, the yak, I wanted the yak because that's the one that has the transmog thing on it, right? The transmog vendor, where you can transmog. But I do definitely appreciate it. I do see that we're starting to build back up. We're getting a few more people, apparently. Yes, I'm subscribing. I do watch your videos. This is the first live stream I've seen. We do have a few other live streams. If you're interested in watching those, definitely head on over. Let me see where they're located at for you here. And also, if you let me see if I can just go ahead and post this, because I don't know how long it'll take for them to get this going live. Or has anybody else got the link for the WoW invasions that they can post? Okay. Greg, that's very funny. Welcome to the channel. If you've not already subscribed, be sure to go ahead and do that. But I play on Thrall. Now, the web addy I was going to try to give you is www or wow.gameinfo.lo/invasions, and it will tell you exactly when the next World of Warcraft Legion expansion or invasion is going to happen. And you can use those to level your characters a lot quicker. Okay. And William, I do have a playlist. One moment here, let me find this for you. Okay, I have a playlist that's called Live Streams. If you go to it, you'll see that there's 5 in there that you can watch. I know you said you hadn't seen the previous ones. There's 5 there, and I think there may be a couple more that are out, not in that playlist, but I'll be adding to it shortly. Okay, and guys, that is going to do it for this live stream. I do want to thank you all for stopping in. Earlier, we had quite a few more than we do now, until the one guy come in with the racist garbage that he started spewing, talking about, you know, being anti, more or less a white supremacist. And when I gave him a timeout, it was a lot of people, I guess, left because they was offended by his stupidity. I play on Dark Spear, my battle tag is. Let me go ahead and jot that down, and I definitely will add you. Yeah, I do too. He come in, he started talking about, you know, the blacks and the Mexicans and all this stuff, and talking about how the World of Warcraft should be all white and stuff, and people started dropping out because I think he kind of offended a few of them, and before I could even get him silenced, people was dropping out. Okay, well, let me go ahead and pop back into game, and I'll go ahead and add you right now. I'm looking forward to seeing the Legion content being soloable sooner or later. Okay, William, I just sent you the request. Let me know if you got it. Okay, Slayer of you all is now a Battletech friend. Okay, got you. Definitely glad to have you on my Battletech list. If you ever decide you want to join up, do a dungeon or whatever, that's great. But for now, I do think I'm going to go ahead and close this down. Go ahead and end the live stream, the live chat, and go ahead and get a few videos done. I'm wanting to get at least 10 to 12 videos out this week coming. And I've got a lot of things planned for the channel, so definitely stay close. And we will talk again soon. Again, this is a weekly. This is episode 2 of this weekly live stream. Prior to this, I just did the live stream whenever something turned up that was good, something that was important. But now I am doing a weekly live stream, and I do hope to see all of you there. And I'll see you next Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, have a good day.